Hello, and today you're joining me here at Bristol Airport. We're just about to check in, and we're going to head over to Amsterdam on a KLM Cityhopper service. We're going to be jetting off to New York JFK tomorrow, so we're going to be doing that in a separate video at a later stage. But we're just about to head through security, and as this is a KLM business flight, we'll be checking out the airport lounge here at Bristol that we get included in our fare. Bristol Airport itself is about 8 miles to the southwest of Bristol. It went through a period of expansion between about 2012 and 2017, including a load of new passenger facilities that you can see here in this video. We're just heading upstairs to the new mezzanine, and we'll be heading into the 1903 lounge. This used to be an Aspire Plus, but was recently taken over by Manchester Airports Group. This lounge normally charges around £45 for 3 hours, but today we're in here because of our KLM Business Class ticket. Despite being closed recently to rebrand, it's a bit tatty in here, as you can probably tell from the state of these seats, which look like they haven't been updated despite the light refurbishment that took place here recently. Food offerings, they're sort of simple fare. I did try the pasta, it was alright, and it was something I had to have just because I wasn't quite sure what the food on the flight was going to be like today. Plenty of drinks to choose from, both non-alcoholic and alcoholic, teas, coffees, and some fruit juices. Flight's currently delayed by about 15 minutes, and then when they do call the flight, they announce it straight as final boarding, so there's a bit of a rush heading to the gate. Today we're travelling on this Embraer E190. It's WAKLC, that's around 9 years old. We don't have the benefit of many jet bridges at Bristol at all, to be honest, so we're taking a quick walk across the apron. KLM request that passengers don't film either crew or other passengers. So once we go aboard in just a second, our recording options are a little bit limited. We'll do some out the window shots and shots of around the cabin when there's no one in view, but it does mean we're gonna not see those wide angle shots that you'd normally be used to. Now I've gone for 1A on this flight, so you can see I've got lots of legroom. I'm about 5'11", size 14 feet, so I appreciate all that extra space that I get. Business class seats on KLM Cityhopper on the E190 are often described as economy seats, but with business class service. We had a nice little berry blast pre-departure drink, and it's always good to see individual air vents which are slowly disappearing from new airframes. Both EasyJet and Ryanair have bases here in Bristol, and we can just take a view of some of the other aircraft here on stand in Bristol Airport while we push back. We ended up taking off around 47 minutes late in the end. We ended up still making good time. The flight only took about 54 minutes and we ended up landing at 16:21, around 20 minutes behind schedule. We're just lining up to take off and we'll see you once we're in the air. Here you can see the 2x2 arrangement of this business class seating. It is the same as the economy seating, but it does have a slightly different pitch of 32 inches and a 17-inch width. There's only 6 rows, so with the service only being available in the business class seats, we got going pretty quick, which is handy. You can see the light meal served here. It is only a really quick flight, so it's still pretty unusual to get this kind of food available. It was really tasty actually. It may have only been a small meal, but combined with what I had in the lounge, it was very good. We're landing into Amsterdam now. I know there wasn't much else to see, but that's because we couldn't do any wide shots of the cabin. We descended through the clouds. It was a pretty poor visibility day here in Amsterdam, and you're just joining us as we come into land. Well, thanks for joining us on this flight. We ended up only taking 54 minutes in the end. It was a good flight, good service. Seats were a little bit cramped for a business class, but then it is only 2x2 on a narrow body plane. We're just coming onto a remote stand now and we'll be catching a bus into the terminal. It's actually my first time in Amsterdam and I just can't believe the size of this airport, if I'm honest. It's taken us a long time to taxi over to the terminal, and it will take me even longer to go through passport control and out the other side. We're going to just include a little bit of clip of the terminal. It's just starting to be prepared for Christmas when I film this in the beginning of November. And tomorrow we'll be heading on a 787-10, also with KLM, over to New York JFK. There'll be a separate video for that coming soon, so while I leave you with these last few shots, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you can tune in to see my next video of that flight over to JFK very soon. Thanks very much.